Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, guys. You guys, I gave you guys a choice and said, hey, would you rather that I drop these videos in the morning so you could look at them right away and know what to expect during the day? And an overwhelming amount of you said, absolutely, Lisa. Thank you very much. Let's get this done in the morning and drop it. So today is the first day of that. It is Monday, April the 4th, in the year that we've been told of 2022. So this technically, for most people, for a lot of people, you're going to see a lot of, oh, this is a 4-4 portal. I mean, I'm not going to say there's no significance to the day, the date. I'm going to find a little bit more significance in the aspects and what it represents. And we'll talk about the numerology of it all. We'll have a quick chit chat about this whole thing. And let's see what we come up with. All right. So I got a new intro for you. Here we go. You guys have to tell me what you think. I literally put that together. I like to do that kind of stuff. I like to do new intros and things like that. I will say, though, it gets time consuming because I want it to be perfect, right? And so I had to recognize that it doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to be done. But I wanted something kind of nice. So let me know what you think about it. We can start to play with it a little bit as well. Okay, 4-4. Thanks, Gemini. 4-4 2022. 4 plus 4 is 8. 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 6. 8 plus 6 is 14. 1 plus 4 is 5. So if I'm going to reduce the whole day down numerologically, it's going to come down to a 5-day. Not necessarily the crazy, infamous. I'm so sorry, guys. Crazy, like, oh, it's a 4-4 portal. Life path. Today is a great day for the rest of your life. I mean, every day is a great day for the rest of your life. Why am I being kind of a Debbie Downer on the portal thing? Because I think we overuse this concept of a significant date is a significant portal, because we just take the date itself, like the month and the day. Hang on. You literally have to stop. I swear, the whole time I was making that intro for you guys, before I hit record, she's sitting over in her seat. They take the day, the month and the day, and sometimes they don't include the year. So to me, that's not cool. That's just not cool. Like, you just don't do that, right? If you're gonna do this and you're gonna say that it's a portal, there's certain days of the year that certain days of the year that are traditionally portals just because of where they fall in the zodiac calendar. I apologize, guys. It's a little late when I'm recording this. Because of the date in the zodiac calendar where the sun is traditionally pretty much every year. So the sun's going to be in a specific constellation aligned to a specific fixed star, usually, or star system or something. And so then, like 8-8 Lionsgate is a perfect example of that. The sun is always, in kind of this serious space, Sirius, and so we have a reason to have that as an actual portal. So I just want to caution you guys that when you're, and I'm not talking against anybody else at all. Please don't take it like that. But I just don't want us to assign the importance of portals, because portals are openings, portals are gateways, portals are significant pathways or openings to some significant energies. Right? There's a purpose for walking through a portal, right? Or us passing through a portal energetically. And I'm not necessarily finding that this is the case at this 4/4 2022 space, except for the fact that there is a significant number of change. So I will grant this, that today is probably a day of change, but it is also a day of choices and could be potentially a day of confusion. Let's look at the chart. And see what we got going. All right. So when we left off on last week Friday, you may recall that our friend the moon was in Aries. It was the new moon. Since then, the moon because the moon spends about 2 or so days in each sign, sometimes a little bit more, because it takes 28 days to come full cycle. I apologize. Oh my gosh. Like when you've been talking all day, yeah, I don't know if you noticed you yawn a lot. So and during the day to today on Monday, we're going to see some things happen. We're going to see the moon coming, trucking on through Taurus on its way to being in Gemini. Um, and it's going to be finishing its tour, and it's going to be conjunct the North Node in Taurus. This is going to give you the energy of a desire to really change. My concern, though, is with some of these other aspects as they're showing themselves. It could be confusing. So hopefully we can sort some things out so you can choose wisely. Okay. So first of all, I want to highlight this energy up here. Now, Venus, by now, if you've been hanging with me for the last month or so and you've watched how slowly or quickly some of these planets move through the signs, you'll notice that Venus is just about, like, Venus is literally pulling away from the rest of the pack. For a long time, when Venus and Mars were hanging out over here in Capricorn, they were really moving quite slowly together. We had a Venus retrograde. Mars doesn't move that quick around the sun, or through the wheel, I should say. So, they were kind of, Venus was chilling. Venus stayed stationary direct and stationary retrograde for a long time and kind of let Mars catch up to her. And then they both kind of promenaded, if you will, on through um, Capricorn, on into Aquarius. And once we got right about here, so right after like the first 10 degrees, which is the first decan, right? Or decan of a sign, every sign is divided into 30 degrees. So each 10 degrees would be a decan. Once we got past that first decan, so once we got past that first initial right burst of Aquarian energy, Venus started to pull away a little bit and started to say, I gotta go. It's been great. But I gotta take all of these fabulous new energies and ideas and I gotta get them on skippity doo down the road so we can actually make them happen, right? And now that I have a good idea of how it's gonna happen and how it's gonna help the collective as well as the individual, Why I find this little cluster still a little problematic really is this Mars hovering right at Saturn in Aquarius, which is really pushing us to do things in a brand new, sometimes could be eccentric way. It's not really giving a really, it's not, there's not a lot of give in this conjunction. There's a lot of my way or the highway. There's a lot of I know best and you don't. So my concern with that energy is, as are you really listening to some wise counsel in regard to the next move, or are you just kind of forging ahead without really vetting your options? Now, me normally, I would to normally say, hey, push forward. However, I feel like we're losing clarity because Venus is moving along, and this whole conglomeration is actually squaring, this whole stellium is squaring this moon and north node. That can be giving you pause and bringing confusion to, I thought I really knew what I wanted and I thought this was the path to go, but I'm not sure. Or I thought I really knew what I wanted and I thought I was ready to make this massive change, but now I'm not sure. Um, or it's not, doesn't look like it's going to happen the exact way that I want it to. Therefore, I am going to push against the prick and say, no, we're not doing it. I don't want that energy to be prevalent within you. I'm all for vetting options. I'm all for weighing out what makes sense and what doesn't in the grand scheme of things. I'm all about that. What I don't want to happen is that this creates some level of either indecision or not believing in oneself to the degree that one should, right? Because we've got that Venetian energy pulling away, I'm concerned that you might be in a position today to beat yourself up a little bit over the head because perhaps again things have not quite played out the way that you, third dimensional you, thought that they should. Where we're going to find a little relief, we're going to find a lot of relief in that Jupiter Neptunian conjunction that's now sextiling the moon and the north node. So again, you know intuitively where you're meant to go. You know this. This is perfectly, like, you know this. Okay. That's going to help you continue to dream, even if people are trying to squash your dreams. That's going to help you dream, even if it doesn't look like it's all going to play out. I can only tell you, I can't tell you particulars in your specific situation. But what I can tell you is this, that it will work out and it's actually going to work out better than what you thought it would because you're going to allow the universe to make good on its promise to bring this to you because you're maintaining your faith and you're actually going to need to remove your 3D self from the equation because otherwise you're going to screw it up. Like, this is the moment in time to say, I know I can't see how everything is going to work out, but I'm willing to do something different to get a different outcome instead of continuing to do things my way and I'm getting the same outcome. Right? So allow your intuition to really kick in. Allow that sight, that third eye sight, to really kick in and to bring into focus, okay, look, I've got 3 different options and I'm just going to follow my gut. You're like, where does follow your gut come in at? Right there. The sun has gotten past Chiron in Aries. So hopefully we've done a lot of good healing in a lot of areas and that we don't feel like we need to be the martyr and or the savior. I think some of us have been, and this energy here, I'll put it right over here. This Jupiter Neptunian energy can also give huge savior complex to some people. Again, don't know who needs to hear this, but you're not anybody's savior. So stop playing it on TV, so to speak. Like, just like we're saying that no one's coming to like rescue you, don't just assume that, right? Don't assume that you are here to rescue anybody else either. And I'm seeing this a lot in how some readers, teachers, gurus are kind of oh man, I don't know how I want to say this. I don't want to it's like they're kind of falling on the sword a little bit, but not to the point where they're saying, "Oh, I'm going to fall on the sword and because I was incorrect or something like that." It's like I'm getting this weird martyr energy. I'm getting this weird savior energy. And I don't even know if it's necessarily the readers and the teachers and the healers and the gurus, a lot of the people that you'll follow, like they have sizable platforms and whatnot. I'm concerned that we're putting them at that pedestal and they're not vocally enough and energetically enough poo-pooing the idea and squashing it. So I guess I have to, right? Wow. Great. Everyone's going to love me now. We're not your savior. We're people that have been either or both born with a certain specific set of skills and gifts and abilities. We've learned gotten very good at our craft, so to speak, and honed our intuitive, psychic, clair, whatever you want to call it, skills, gifts and abilities, and learned how to grab the rest from the ethers. Or we've done them both over the years. But all that really means is that we can hear and that we can see, but you can develop those same gifts. Some of us, because we were born with them, there's a little bit stronger. Like some people are stronger on certain gifts than I am, and that's totally fine. But we're not saviors. We're not martyrs. We're here to do fulfill our mission and guide you, and hopefully guide you to be empowered, and hopefully guide you to the point where we can all have these conversations together. So please don't put people on these crazy pedestals. I've just seen comments, on people's, YouTube and Facebook and Instagram, and someone on TikTok, but not too much, where they're like, "Oh my gosh, you're such a savior." Like I don't know. It's like weird. So don't worship us, please. At least I don't worship me. Maybe other people want all that adoration and that worship and to be like, I am somebody. Don't worship us. That's not what this age is for. That's not what this is all about. In fact, I liken it to the story in First Kings, I think it was, or is it in Samuel? Someone will tell me, I'm sure, in the comments, where they anoint, that the children of Israel keep on hounding and hounding and hounding God, wanting a king. And God said to them, I never wanted you to have a king. I wanted you to hear from me, right? Via the priests and the prophets and things like that, but I wanted you to hear my voice. That story, but he says, I'll give you what you want, but it's not going to work out the way you think. And that's how King Saul became the king of Israel. So I just hear that story again. Listen, not trying to hand you another savior. This right here shows me this level of independent thought, independent deed, independence, period, and that you can truly get away, get past, like heal, right? Or at least acknowledge your consistent wound, begin to heal it, begin to reintegrate good high vibrational energy. And that Mercury there in Aries is giving you some very singular and very selfish, which is okay, self centered thoughts and energies. The other thing that's going to help you with this as well, and not just like depend on somebody else to do something for you, is this Pluto energy that is trining the moon and is finishing up its kind of loose trine with the north node. I love that because it's going to push you to do some personal checks, some personal balances, and do some personal evolution. So that should help you make the choices. I think the first half of the day you're going to be a little confused, but allow things to settle down, allow them to show themselves, and you'll see what should be what. Okay, let's pull a Sacred Creator card, shall we? Actually, we're going to pull a Light Seers Tarot card, I think. Oh, here it is. The whole deck is right here. The whole deck. Thanks, guys, for being here, liking, subscribing, and sharing. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you to my new subscribers. I so appreciate you guys, my new watchers. Thank you for viewing. If I've earned your subscription, great. Please, give me a like over there. We're going to be doing this every day, Monday through Friday, and now in the mornings. So you guys help you for the rest of the day. We got the 10 of Wands here. Let go of everybody else's burdens, man. Stop being, that Rolling Stones song, Beast of Burden. If you don't know it, go look it up. Go listen to it. Classic. Don't be somebody else's. Stop being other people's beast of burden. Stop carrying everybody else's crap. It's time for you to really let it. I mean, I can't believe we're even saying this. Please let it go, and don't let what anybody else thinks you should be doing or how you should be living your life dictate to you what that should be either. That's other people's burdens as well. All right, we're going to pull a Sacred Creators Oracle. Like, you can't get any new inspiration if you're carrying around everybody else's garbage. I don't know how I end up doing this all the time. Okay. Oh, okay. Fill your cup with sacred giggles. Fill your cup with sacred giggles. Do you know what happens a lot of times, guys? When we just kind of have fun and when we laugh and when we live a little bit more in that emotional, fun, feminine side and not so much in like the hardcore, oh my gosh, I've got to like figure it all out always and plan it out and all that kind of good stuff. You can get super creative and the new energy flows and it just gets good to you, beloved. So I'm gonna encourage you to laugh and giggle and don't get so super serious about everything with yourself and cut yourself some slack and allow yourself to think, focus, and you'll know exactly the direction to go. And listen, if it's not fun, it's not worth doing. That's what my good friend Kimberly Crow says all the time. If it's not fun, it's not worth doing. So get out there and have some fun. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Have a fabulous Monday. Leave me some comments below. Let me know what you thought about what you're thinking about today. And you know what? Throughout the day, leave me comments and let me know how your day is going. I want to know. Are you going to laugh a little? We're going to play a little. I feel like I need to find you a skippity pap video. Can we find a skippity pap video? Hang on, gang. I'll give you one before we leave here today. I feel like that's my life right now. Is skippity pap videos. Let me just go here. My daughter and I were literally my granddaughters and I were literally watching skippity pap videos. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, you guys are going to be like, I can't believe this is happening. Okay, here we go. All right. Here we go for a Monday. A little drill music for a Monday. This is not a skippity pap video, but gosh darn it, it's going to be fun for you to watch. We're going to have a good time with it. And until next time, peace, love, blessings, and joy be unto you today, tomorrow, and for all eternity. I love you. Namaste.
Baby, come on, you go bother with it. Rock the boat, 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 rock it go left, right, come on, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Baby, come on, you go bother with it.
All right, guys, have a good one. Bye.